It's Tuesday, the 23rd of November 2021. Welcome to the Fear and Greed Business Headlines, where we give you the top 5 business stories you need to know in just 5 minutes. I'm Michael Thompson, and good morning, Sean Aylmer.
Morning, Michael.
All right, 5 stories in 5 minutes. Here we go. Story number 1, there was plenty going on yesterday in Canberra, Sean. Parliament was sitting again. The lobbyists were back in town. The Speaker of the House got an ovation. And Prime Minister Scott Morrison said fully vaccinated foreigners will be welcomed back to Australia without needing an exemption from the 1st of December. Plenty going on.
Yes, more than 260,000 visa holders are now eligible to enter Australia, assuming they're double jabbed, of course, including 162,000 students and 56,000 people with economic visas. It'll include holiday makers, skilled migrants and humanitarian visa holders. And the government will also open up a travel bubble for vaccinated people with Japan and Korea. That means you can move between the countries without needing to quarantine. All very exciting. The government also officially signed the AUKUS deal. That's the one involving Australia buying nuclear subs from Britain and the US. The Prime Minister also said he'd spoken to Japan, a member of the Trans-Pacific Partnership, about China's push to join the trade grouping. He said for that to happen, Beijing would need to end its campaign of trade coercion against Australia. Not surprising he said that. And finally, the Speaker of the House, Tony Smith, received a loud applause from both sides of Parliament yesterday. He's retiring and considered one of the best speakers in recent times.
Now, story number 2 this morning, Sean, is a really interesting one. There was a report out yesterday about the profitability of companies on the Australian share market.
Yes, MST Marquee Research said there are 48 companies in the ASX 300, that's about 16% of them, that don't actually earn a profit. It's about 1/3 more than historical norms. Those companies in total are worth about 10% of the market and have a combined capitalisation of around $200 billion. Now, as one of the researchers described them, they're birds without wings, and if you invest in companies that don't make a profit, you'll lose your money. Sounds obvious, but it's not. Plenty of companies, particularly in the tech sector, lose money for years before making any. Investors jump in, hoping to make a mozza at some point in the future. They've heard all those stories about companies like Amazon, which spent years making losses before finally turning a profit in 2002. Now, back then, each Amazon share was worth $18 and now they're worth about $3,600. But the research shows that for every Amazon, there's many, many more losers.
Yeah, absolutely. Story number 3 today, Sean, there is a debate raging at the moment about cryptocurrencies, and it's really creating a bit of a divide in financial services in Australia.
It sure is. Yesterday, the country's largest super fund, Australian Super, said it wouldn't invest in cryptocurrencies. Basically, they don't generate an income stream, so it wasn't an appropriate investment. Now, Host Plus, another one of the big super players, said it would. ASIC, the Australian Superannuation Investments Commission Chair Joe Longo, said he wouldn't be a cheerleader for crypto, but Financial Services Minister Jane Hume said Australia could miss out if governments and regulators were fearful of embracing new technology. Remember last week the Reserve Bank came out and made it clear that it thought there was a fad element to these digital currencies, but the Commonwealth Bank has previously become a supporter and will allow some customers to buy and sell cryptos via its wallet. There is a real divide in the sector about whether cryptos are more than just a fad.
Story number 4 today. AMP is one of Australia's oldest companies, but over the last couple of decades has had a really rough time of it. The new boss of AMP is 100 days in, and yesterday spoke really candidly about why she took the job and about the future of AMP.
Yes, Alexis George has got a tough job. She wants to improve the culture at the organisation. Now remember, in the last couple of years, it promoted Bo Bahari to run AMP Capital. It then emerged he sexually harassed a staff member. In the end, he left, the chair left, the former CEO left. Its share price got as low as 88.5 cents. This is for a once iconic company. Ms. George agreed people, including her daughter, had asked why she'd taken the job, but she's determined to restore the once iconic business. She said that she'll be focused on superannuation, on the AMP Bank and on super platforms. Also financial advice, though she concedes there's still lots of work to find a model that actually works. It's an interesting one. We all need financial advice. I'm a big advocate of it. But if I have to pay $5,000 up front to pay for advice, it's a real turn-off.
Absolutely. Now, story 5, just a quick one, Sean. Some really interesting data from National Australia Bank about where new and younger investors are putting their money.
Yes, green assets like electric vehicle companies, green hydrogen and renewable energy. In fact, Tesla is now just outside the top 10 most held stocks on NAB trade across all markets, which is extraordinary given it's a US company. Young investors want to invest in green.
Yeah, that's pretty amazing. That's it. The top 5 business stories in 5 minutes. Thank you very much, Sean.
Have a great day, Michael.
It's Tuesday, the 23rd of November, 2021. Remember to hit follow on the podcast, and you can find more info and sign up for our newsletter at fearandgreed.com.au. I'm Michael Thompson, and that was the Fear and Greed Business Headlines. Have a great day.